Hello there, the birds are chirping, the blossoms are out, it's time for a spring makeup video. Just getting in before the end of spring, but I always love celebrating seasons on my channel. I'm a firm believer in wearing what you want when it comes to makeup, but I feel particularly inspired by the seasons and weather and colours from the natural world. I am slightly upside down given it's getting pretty cold here in Australia, but I always follow the Northern Hemisphere with my seasonal uploads because that's where most of you are watching from, and it's also what most brands follow with their launches. Quite a few new products here today. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the website I used to create my blog. You can catch up on previous seasonal uploads on matildaonvideo.com, plenty of colour groups over there to give you some inspiration whatever season you're in. I've got some blossoming blushes, fruity eyeshadows, glowy lipsticks, juicy sheer glosses and pastel polishes to share today. There's no better way to mirror the blossoms outside than with a fresh flush of blush. This first pick is a bit of a blush highlighter hybrid. Charlotte Tilbury's Beauty Light Wands are fantastic high-impact liquid highlighters, but the shade Pinkgasm veers into blush territory. Really enjoy the sponge tip applicator. You just twist it on, squeeze gently, you don't need much. Patting on a few dabs of this on each cheek gives you a kiss of pink and a hint of golden glow. A blush that hasn't left my makeup bag for a few months regardless of the season is the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush shade Bread and Butter. I absolutely love this formula. It was my single favourite product in 2020. It's pigmented but sheers out nicely and gives your skin a bit of a sheen, and this colour is such a beautiful romantic nude pink. It's a really relaxed rose. Definitely looks a lot more pink on my cheeks than it does here though. If you like the sound of a cream blush with a bit of sheen, look no further than the M Cosmetics Colour Drops Serum Blushes. This is the ultimate dewy blush formula, but you can see more along those lines in my recent Healthy Glow video. I've swatched all 8 shades before, but Pink Nectar is one of the brightest. A sheer, watered down watermelon, perfect for a picnic in the park on a spring day. Looking forward to sharing a big Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable collection review, but here's a first look at the Melting Blush in Nearly Apricot. I loved the idea of this formula, but it's not quite what I expected. I thought melting would mean really creamy, and it feels so creamy in the compact, but it has a much more powdery texture on the skin and almost disappears because it's so sheer and subtle. Still pretty, but don't expect much colour payoff. If you want more impact, Danessa Myricks Vision Flush is the way to go. Onto the eyes, and we're turning up the saturation here. Some pastel tones, then some fruity brights. Trini London recently released 4 new rosy, creamy eye-to-eye shades called New Beginnings, and they're inspired by the joy of change that spring always brings. I could have chosen any of the shades for this video, but Vision stood out to me, particularly if you're someone who loves wearing blush on your eyes like I do. This is a cool, mauvey rose to add natural depth and definition to your lids. The Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable Liquid Shadow very quickly became one of my favourite liquid shadow formulas I've ever tried. Compared to the super intense Violette FR experience I shared recently, these are nicely pigmented but much more user-friendly. They're easy to blend evenly, easy to sheer out or build up, and they do not budge. You can see the beautiful Nearly Rose in my pink eyeshadow video, but Nearly Apricot here is a fun, sun-drenched peach. You know I can never resist an eyeshadow crayon either, so I was quite excited about Colourpop's new colour sticks. They're so cute and much smaller than I expected. I was instantly drawn to the creamy matte shade Day Date, an energetic pop of coral that cries out to be worn as a colourful liner. The soft and creamy tip, mine isn't as sharp as it was before, is really easy to glide on, and you get plenty of colour without much pressure. Speaking of colourful eyeliner, one of my favourite finds last year was 1999 Beauty from Canada. You can see their beautiful Dusty Rose multitasking precision colour pencil in my 2020 favourites, but they launched a few new colours this year. Rosa is a rich, highly pigmented, hot fuchsia pink that can create such a sleek, clean line, smudges out easily, and you can wear it on your cheeks and lips too. That colour is a pretty nice segue into summer if you ask me, but before I bring you a hot and spicy colour group in the next couple of months, you can revisit previous summer makeup selections on my blog. I made matildaonvideo.com using a Squarespace template last year and customised it to be a nice simple hub for my content. Their platform is so easy to use, no coding necessary, all of the tools and buttons are really intuitive, so it's easy to pop in and add videos straight from YouTube. If you're interested in starting a blog and getting creative with different colour groups too, you can visit squarespace.com/Matilda to save 10% on your first website or domain name purchase. Back to my spring makeup crushes, and there are 2 old favourite formulas in this lipstick lineup, and 2 new obsessions. It feels like there's an M Cosmetics lip cushion shade for every season, and Angel was the obvious choice for this colour group. This is described as a tender pink and it's a pretty sheer kiss of strawberry, but the colour can build up quite a lot. I've talked about this tinted lip luminizer formula a few times. It's super balmy and cushiony with a natural shine that catches the light. You can match your tinted balm to the blossoms and bulbs outside. This colour isn't really spring specific, but I couldn't wait any longer to talk about this formula. The Bobbi Brown Crushed Shine Jelly Sticks finally launched in Australia recently, and I haven't been able to take honey out of my bag. These give you a slick of sheer colour and shine, almost like a cross between the payoff of the original crushed lipsticks and the shine of the crushed glosses. So balmy and comfortable, and this peachy, soft brown nude is an ideal everyday shade. Introducing the brand new Gucci Beauty Rouge de Boute Brilliant Glow and Care lipsticks. I was sent a stunning pinch me sort of package with different shades recently, but my cousin Rachel would be my pick for spring. It's called a soft sheer rosewood, but there's a big pinch of peach here. I'm the biggest fan of Gucci's sheer lipsticks in the floral tubes, but this new lip shine formula has a slightly thicker texture and a lot more shine. Still nice and comfy. Finishing with a long-lost lipstick love and what I think is one of Charlotte Tilbury's most underrated matte revolution shades. Sexy Sienna is called a golden coral matte, and it's an instant mood booster, inspired by the actress Sienna Miller. Alicia Vikander wore a mixture of this shade and Walk of Shame at the 2016 Golden Globes. I can't believe how long ago that was now. I remember that look like it was yesterday. Bringing in a juicy bunch of glosses now. One of the deeper Rowan Beauty Kiss My liquid lip balms appeared in my winter makeup video earlier in the year, but the shade Charlie is a great everyday colour with a slight touch of rose for spring. This is a fantastic liquid lip balm formula. It's thin and balmy, but not too filmy and not sticky whatsoever. This subtle dusty rose is a flattering, very low-key sort of shade. Getting much brighter here with Lisa Eldridge's Gloss Embrace formula in the shade Go Lightly. This colour was based on her luxuriously lucent lipstick, which was inspired by an original salmon pink Audrey Hepburn colour. And the good news is that sheer lipstick formula and these super comfy nourishing glosses will be back very soon. You know I'll be staying up late for that pre-order on May 29. Rounding out the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable family with their glossy lip balm. You might be able to tell by now that the shades are consistent across all 3 product types, and I'm certainly in a nearly apricot mood at the moment. This has a similar light, comfy, balmy feel like Rowan's liquid lip balm, but it's slightly more filmy. Not sticky, just feels a tad thicker, and I'm more aware of the slippy texture when I rub my lips together. Last but not least, one of the most comfortable glosses in the business, the Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Infused Gloss. I've been a big fan of these since March last year when I swatched the whole range. Can't believe it was that long ago. These are crazy cushiony and light and thin, but give you a great shine like a traditional gloss. Freestyle is called a soft coral pink, but it's more of a punchy, juicy, sheer coral on me, quite a bit stronger than Rare Beauty. I think one of the best ways to celebrate different seasons in beauty is through nail polish. Olive & June launched such a fun spring collection this year with the prettiest pastels and bold brights. Pink Sands became one of my favourite O&J pinks straight away. It's so cool and icy but opaque in 2 coats, even though I usually like to do 3 thin coats of any colour to make it nice and strong. Cockatoo is what I've been wearing in this video. It's the dreamy, soft lilac I'd been waiting for Olive & June to make. Such a nice alternative to traditional spring pinks, and this one is even in 2 coats too. That's what I've got on now. Essie Gel Couture is another one of my most loved long-wearing formulas for at-home manis. I've used up a lot of Spool Me over the years, a lovely pastel peach. Then Stitch by Stitch is an elegant pink that's a touch more rosy and muted if you don't want a super bright pink mani like the nails emoji. I hope this helped some spring makeup ideas bloom for you, or just let you escape to a rosy, peachy, coral landscape for a moment. Please let me know which products and colours you've been drawn to this spring. I always enjoy hearing whether you're inspired by seasons too, or just wear whatever you feel like, whatever the weather. Already planning a saucy summer colour group, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you next time.